I think it's time. I haven't shot since I don't even know when. I honestly don't remember which limbs go on which risers. This isn't even a string that I would normally use. It's been a while, and yeah, if you want to follow along, this is going to be my transformation from a recurve style Olympic shooter to barebow. So, you know, many people would say that this is the dark side or maybe the light. I don't know which. I guess I'll find out. I'm leaning more towards the light. People are a lot nicer in the barebow community. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to fit this bow through the ring. You know, the 122 millimeter ring that you got to use. I'm good to here, but even some of this stuff's illegal, so it'll all have to come off. Anyway, so if you're new here, my name is Jake Kaminski. I'm a two-time Olympic silver medalist in the sport of archery. I started shooting when I was 6 years old, went professional at 18, shot for 12 years, Olympic style, went to a couple Olympics and saw the world, and then retired a few years ago. And I've been putting out a lot of content lately on this YouTube channel, lots of stuff from tuning to form and strength training, things like that. There's a lot coming, so if you haven't, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you wouldn't mind. This video will be all about me stripping the bow down and trying to get it ready for shooting my first few arrows with a barebow, or as a barebow shooter. So I've done it for fun and played with string walking. I love it. I think it's great. I got a lot to learn, and yeah, so if you aren't new here and you've been following along, throw me a comment. You know, let me know. Give me a word of advice as I'm looking at building a weight setup and things like that. I've never really built a barebow. Usually I like this type of riser, the aluminum riser, but I'm going to leave one set up for my Olympic style stuff. The other one is my wife's, and I've got this TFT that I've got laying around. So I'm going to set it up as a barebow. I picked this one over the aluminum, obviously, because I want to leave that one alone, but also the TFT is more evenly balanced, so there's more weight up here compared to that one, whereas that one is bottom heavy. So I figured if I have more weight up here, that means I can add more weight down here and not feel a whole lot of weird balance to it, yet still keep that bottom pocket heavy so the bow wants to sit well and jump right. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong and should be going with that one. Well, I'm going to try it. We'll see what happens. And yeah, so this will be a transformation video, for lack of a better term, I guess. So let's follow along. I already got the sight bar off, but there's a lot more to come off still. So you're watching the Jake Kaminski YouTube channel. I seriously have not shot a recurve arrow, even though some people have asked, including at some of the seminars. I have not shot a recurve arrow since, let's see, I think it was Vegas of 2018. But yeah, I haven't shot at all with a recurve. You know, it's just not been something I wanted to do. I'm a super competitive person at heart. I can't do something for fun. I mean, I can. It's just really difficult. You know, just because I am so competitive, and being that I did have a level of success at this particular thing, I just have not been at all interested in doing it, other than doing it for real. And even, you know, going back for another Olympics and stuff, it wouldn't, I don't know. I've achieved something that few people do. Is a lifelong goal, but you know, there's more to life, and there's more things that I want to do and I want to accomplish. And in order for me to try again for another Olympics, it requires so much time and dedication and effort and energy. And I'm just not willing to do that. I'm not willing to do it anymore. I'm not willing to put my family through it. And I'm not willing to be away and miss them, you know. So I just can't. I can't. Not going to. So this, doing it barebow, will be different. I'm still going to be super, you know, ridiculously over the top with everything, because let's be honest, I can't not try. But it's new, so I won't have a level of expectation, or I'll do my best to try to keep that level of expectation from creeping in, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, in this barebow class, obviously it's barebow. You can have a plunger, an arrow rest, obviously, no clicker, no stabilizer. You can have weights, but your entire bow has to fit through this ring in order for it to be legal. So this is legal in this configuration. Obviously, I want more weight on it. I want to have a weight in the stabilizer, probably some up in the front to help hold the bow vertical, as well to keep it from kicking back at me every time I let it go. By the way, if you're interested in something like this, I actually just grabbed this design off of Thingiverse and 3D printed it myself. So I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested in any of these, a barebow ring to make sure you're legal as well. Obviously, you have to have a 3D printer. I'm debating on drawing something up that's similar and cutting it out of 1/4-inch steel, because I have a CNC plasma table that I built myself for my other job, and yeah, if anybody's interested in one, I'm thinking about cutting some and selling them. You know, I don't know. I'll think about it. But anyway, I took off my Shibuya rest because this tiny little wire is not going to withstand string crawling, and I've got this heavy-duty AAE Free Flight Elite, I believe is what it's called. So that bolts on and is going to have to go in place. I have honestly no idea where my knocking point's going to need to be or anything like that. I've got an idea of which arrow I want to play with. You know, once I get into it, I'll go back to X10s, I'm sure. But I've got these, what are they? I never remember the name of these. The Maxima Pro, the Recurve RZ, the indoor arrow for Carbon Express. I played with them a little bit. They're kind of nice. I like them actually quite a bit. So I'll probably play with those. We're gonna see. So I'm gonna make this into a little bitty series, I guess. A kind of my journey as a barebow shooter, a newfound barebow shooter. Like I said, I've flung a few arrows barebow, and I've talked to some of the guys that do it, at least from the States, like Demmer and Eagleton and Rogers. Those guys. I haven't really learned much or asked too much, other than I know some things. I know they crank their plunger in and out depending on which distance they're shooting because of, you know, obviously the tune changes as you pull the bow back at different spots with string crawling because it changes your draw length. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that I honestly have no clue about. So like I said, if you got any suggestions, please throw me a bone, because I don't even know where to look, honestly, as a resource. You know, I got a base principle on tuning, but not for barebow. Definitely not set up. I gotta change the plunger tip out as well. This AAE Gold that I worked on designing, there's a plastic stem or a plastic tip on a carbon stem or an aluminum tip on a carbon stem, and the plastic tip, it's Teflon. It's designed for aluminum shafts to prevent them from galling and stuff, and then the aluminum tip is for carbon shafts. So because those Maxima Pro RZ Recurve whatever are carbon, I need this stem. So we'll get this one in. Actually, I'm gonna have to adjust my center shot as well. It's not even gonna be remotely close. I'm just eyeballing it. Yeah. So this is gonna be a journey, guys. It'll be close now, at least close enough for this video. We'll get more into setting center shot and playing with all that stuff later on. Man, I haven't shot in so long. The O-ring that holds this plunger tight is all dry rotted. Sure sounds weird. Well, I think I'm on the right track. From what I understand, you can't have a rod between the bow and the weights But there's no rule that says that the rod cannot be skinny and then get bigger at the end of it, like what I'm thinking. Because as long as it fits through the ring, I'm golden, right? So if I can get the ring to stand out like this and pass over the weight, you can't put it on a rod. What if it was attached on the bow? Like I welded pieces together, maybe here or down here. I don't know where. Probably here would be better. And then the weight came down, a skinny rod, and then it tapered and got real big, and it was a big honking weight down here. As long as a thing passed through it, I think it should be legal. I'm just trying to, you know, think outside the box, because I'm pretty sure you can't use any sort of dampers on the stabilizer, the weight. I know you can put limb savers on the limbs, which I'll probably do because, let's be honest, those bear bows are loud, and I have a hard time shooting next to them. Or I had a hard time shooting next to them because I had to, you know, shoot off a clicker. Not anymore, but we'll see. I think we got it somewhat set up as a bow. It just seems so naked. Anyway, that'll probably do it for this video, I think. I'll play with this and we'll see where it takes me. Anyway, like I said, got any suggestions, comment below, would you? Anyway, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, and thank you to my Patreon supporters. If you want to become a Patreon supporter or check out books, apparel, and some seminar info, head to jkaminski.com, and be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified every time a new video is uploaded. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you again.